Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
All right, thank you for tuning in. 22 minutes after 9 o'clock, just running a tad bit late, and I don't want to shortchange our next guest. You know, there's kind of an interesting connection, though, with our last guest and our next guest. Jane, obviously running for school board, and Jeff Livingston has some information here. He is the Senior Vice President of Education Policy for McGraw-Hill. I'm sure they provide a lot of the books that our students use in our community. He wants to talk about the smartest way for students to turn a B grade into an A grade, and I would imagine that would go for a D to a C to a B. You can climb the ladder and just become better at everything, and I love that whole idea. Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Good morning, Larry. It's great to be with you. How are you this morning?
I'm all right. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New York City.
Oh, okay.
I'd much rather be in Pinellas County, but I'm in New York City today.
Oh, well, we're actually in Marion County, but
you're in Marion. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. So does the information that we're going to talk about appear in one of the books that you guys publish?
Well, the real news is that books are not the only way that we help with teaching and learning anymore, Larry. As a matter of fact, we were proud to announce just a few weeks ago that at least at the college level, for the first time ever, we have more revenue from technology than we do from print. So really, the way to think about how to change a B to an A is to leverage technology, and especially adaptive technologies designed to personalize the education experience.
Do you know, I think we've learned along the way, and I'm not an expert at this, but it just seems obvious. Well, it seems maybe not obvious, but it seems to me that we all learn differently. And somebody who may never have excelled with book learning would excel with, like, video learning. And suddenly all these people, all these students that may have not been able to really achieve their dreams suddenly have a new way of learning and therefore achieving their dreams. Does that sound fair?
That absolutely is fair. It's really about making sure that the learning is adapted to the student. I think about it this way. Imagine a world in which there were only 3 prescriptions for glasses. There's nearsighted, farsighted, and perfect vision. Most of the world would be squinting most of the time. But in a world where each of us has our own very particular prescription for our glasses, then we can see most clearly. The same thing works with adaptive technology in schools. Every student has the right information at the right time, in the right way, presented to her so that her success is a great deal more likely. That's what we're excited about at McGraw-Hill Education, and students and parents and teachers all over the country are also excited.
So just to continue on your eyeglass analogy, to wear the right eyeglasses, you have to have a test and a prescription. How does that apply here? I mean, how does a child or a student become prescribed a certain curriculum?
I will. I'll give you a perfect example. We have a program that's used in universities right now and is starting to be rolled out in K-12 schools called SmartBook. So when you and I used textbooks during our formal education, we often would highlight the sections of the book that we thought were most important. Well, a SmartBook does the highlighting for you and asks you questions to see how well you're understanding. And from the answers to those questions, your highlighting changes to be different from mine.
Really?
So that you pick up the SmartBook on your tablet, and what's highlighted is what you need to focus on right now. And on my tablet, what's highlighted is what I need to focus on right now.
But how does it know?
Even though the content is, but it knows based on asking you questions. So we'll ask you a question about what you know about how radio stations work. And you get the question right, and then we ask you another question about how radio stations work and ask you how sure you are.
Oh,
if
wow.
you are sure,
can we test this out?
Sure but wrong, then we'll change it. Absolutely. You can, on our website at www.mheducation.com, you can find links to SmartBook that will show you how this works. It's a beautiful system, and more than 3 million students are using it even as we're speaking.
Really? MHEducation .com. Now, do we need, like could I do it? I'm not in school. I'm just about 60 years old. Do I could still learn?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
The beautiful thing is that learning is a lifelong experience. You don't stop learning at any point. And the fact that, you were interested in learning, absolutely. Go on and look for a smart book in a subject area that you're interested in and explore for yourself. I think you'd find it fascinating.
Oh, that is cool.
When students learn with this new way of learning, they learn through adaptive learning. Are they going to learn only to the test and then forget afterwards, or will this cement in their brain these facts and figures forever?
So the beautiful thing is that these technologies are designed to make sure that you really remember it. It's not about teaching to any particular test. It's not about remembering it till the end of the chapter. It's about how well you understand. And the goal is for you to be accurate in your knowledge and confident in your knowledge, because we know from research that when those two things come together, then you've got it. It's yours forever. And that's our goal with our adaptive technologies. It's not about the, learn it, pass the test, forget it. That doesn't work. Students need basic information in their brains, locked and permanent, and that's what our technologies at McGraw-Hill Education are designed to do.
The website again is mheducation.com. I just went to the website, and it's well laid out. MH, of course, standing for McGraw-Hill. We've got very little time left. Do you have children of your own?
I don't, but I have very lucky nephews, including one very nearby you guys in Sanford, Florida, who started the 3rd grade this week. And he's excited about his learning, and I'm excited about making sure that he has access to absolutely everything to promote his success.
And obviously, with very little time, it's hard for me to ask a question with a long answer, and this one probably is one. But I'm guessing there are examples of students who weren't doing well because they just weren't adapted to the old way, and now they're doing better. Am I right?
There are more and more examples of those kinds of students, and it turns out that we used to think there were good students and not so good students, but it turns out there are students who are very good in one subject and struggle in another subject. And so it's not about the student, it's about the information, it's about the curriculum, and that's what this technology helps us to do. Gone are the days when students are convinced that they can't do it. We know they can. We can help them do it.
All right, Jeff Livingston, good information. Thank you so much for being with us today. Again, the website, mheducation.com, MH standing for McGraw-Hill. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for being on with us today.
Thank you, Larry. It's always great to talk to you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. An American journalist, James Foley, is beheaded by ISIS. A video of his murder posted online. His executioner appears to speak with a British accent, which may be of help to investigators.
This is an international problem.
Britain's Foreign Secretary, Philip